Got some kind of crazy effect going on here. So I have 3 antenna rectifiers grounded. And I tested this with all power off and it still works the same. I'm pulling almost a 1/4 amp at 150 volts out of the ground. It's enough power to light an incandescent light bulb. So I'll show that. And ba-boom. Literally enough power out of the ground to run an incandescent load from my Tesla coil with an incandescent light bulb. Starting to burn my finger. So it's probably about 30 watts coming out of the ground now I'm extracting. As you see, pulling out a decent amount of power. Transmitter is consuming 39 watts, so we're almost at the break-even point. Here's the transmitter. I noticed if I move the transmitter far away, my ground current increases for some reason. So the transmitter's powered on. Got it tuned really perfectly. A lot of power coming out of them. I love this thing. And this baby only consumes 30 to 80 watts, depending on how much I crank it. My goal is to use it as a pump to suck energy out of the ground, and that goal is occurring. So 200 milliamps out of the ground at 155 volts DC. All it is antenna diodes and a bridge rectifier configuration grounded. Very heavy grounding going on. So again, I'll shut the transmitter off and our power level drops to nothing. Transmitter on. There's your power getting sucked out of the ground into the form of an energy pump. Transmitter off. You can see we have no voltage either. Pretty much no voltage. Go back to current. Transmitter back on. And again, it can run an incandescent light bulb to just about full brightness. I'm getting about 30 watts out of the ground. And I'm only consuming about 39. So look at that. And that gets hot quick. I'll try and hold that on there and show that it doesn't drain power from the load. It's gonna be tricky to do. Yeah, I need to like solder something in place. Let's try this. Maybe it'll stay, maybe it won't. God damn it. Come on, work with me. Anyway, that's how much power we're using. I'll see if I can reduce it a little bit. That's 36 watts power consumption. Transmitter's running. And we still have enough juice to light the bulb. We're probably at an over unity point right here now by sucking power out of the ground. I'll check, see what we're at. Bulb is running in series, so the bulb is consuming 40 milliamps. See how much dead short current we have, 202 milliamps. 203 milliamps times 149 volts. I think we are actually over unity right now. I'm going to try and tune it even more. Okay, we might be over unity. Assuming 27.9 watts. Current is 168 at 130. We should still have enough to light the bulb. I think we're just barely, we're either at unity or just slightly over or under over unity. I'm not sure. I don't even have the proper top load yet for my coil. Running the bulb, no problem. Burns my hand a little. That's an incandescent light bulb. Ha, got it. So, transmitter off, goes out. Transmitter on, off, on. Assuming 31 watts with the bulb on. I'll disconnect the bulb. No change, 31 watts. Bulb is disconnected. No change on source, still 31 watts. I'm proving that my system can suck power out of the earth without draining the source. It acts as an energy pump. Bulb is connected. No change on source whatsoever. We are pumping power out of the earth. So if you want to do this, you have to build this coil exactly as I describe in my videos. You have to build a bridge rectifier out of 1N4148 diodes, and you get two separate ground points, and you connect the rectifier on the AC side to two separate ground points. And again, I'll repeat that, you connect the AC side of your 1N4148 bridge rectifier diodes to the AC points. The two separate, you can see them, they're green, the two separate ground points. You connect the rectifier on the AC side to the two separate ground points. So you have one ground like 10 feet away, going to one AC point, another ground, another like 10 or 20 feet away, going to the other AC point, and then you just have your DC run your load. And in this case, I just put three, it looks a little messy, I put three of these rectifiers through 6 different ground points, all in parallel, and the power is, I think it's almost over unity now. So again, transmitter off, transmitter on, transmitter off, transmitter on. Bulb runs, no problem. Assuming 31 watts, 31.4. I'll remove the bulb. You'll see that there won't be a change on power consumption. No change whatsoever on power consumption. I'd like modern physics to explain that. Modern physics can't explain that because they don't fully understand electrical theory. There we go. This is Tesla type style energy, that's in volts per second. Shockwave energy, DC pulse. Bulb is back on. 231 watts. There's the transmitter. She's active. You can see the sparks coming off. Playing with it on low power settings. Again, I can do this and there's barely even a power draw on the source. It's all about perfect tuning and grounding. And wow, this is bright. I haven't tried this bulb. Let's see if I can light this big one. How am I gonna do this? Wow, these bulbs are hot. Incandescents get hot, man. Maybe have this poking you. I got it to dimly glow, and I think this is like a 50-watt incandescent. I'm not sure. And this technology is just scratching the surface. Dimly glowing. Should have kept the box for this one. Alright, I'll connect this little bulb back up. I believe he's a 10-watter. It's really difficult. Anyway, you got the idea. It runs, it works. I showed it like 3 times in the video. There we go. No change in power. That's also lit too wirelessly. Get this guy over here too. No change whatsoever. Not draining the source. Connect the bulb. Lit. 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 No change on source. So I'm very close to extracting enough power out of the ground to have the device power itself endlessly. I need to construct the transmitter to be slightly finer tuned. Need a better top load for decent power propagation. Maybe slightly tweak the resistor value on the primary. And I'm gonna have a perfectly polished spherical top load transmitter made out of titanium for me. A company's making it for me. Then I'm going to be making kits and selling them. A lot more research should be done. I also realized that a proper Tesla coil should be wound on acrylic pipe, not PVC, because PVC will suck up all the dielectric field from your coil, all the dielectricity, like the electric field. It'll dampen the effect a bit, so my next coil will be wound on clear acrylic because it has very low dielectric losses, and I guess you could call it dielectric hysteresis. So next transmitter will be wound on acrylic, finer tuned. I might try and include spacing between the secondary wires somehow to reduce the capacitance and increase the electric field even more. Gonna have a perfectly spherical top load, and that should help tremendously. And yeah, this system just shows unbelievable promise. Like, you can use it as an energy pump to extract power out of the ground. And I'm making a website detailing all this stuff, how to build it, how to create these effects. It's very simple. I explained it before. It's extremely simple how to create the effects. You're literally building an energy pump. And if modern physics has a problem with that, I don't care. They can read a textbook, they can argue at a thunderstorm if they don't like it. They can deny free energy all they want, but they can't explain how the universe is expanding at an ever-fasting rate. The James Webb Telescope proved that the Big Bang Theory is wrong. The Big Bang Theory was made up by a Catholic priest who was addicted to drugs, and most of our reality is a lie to keep us as dumb sheep. Part of a system that just endlessly make the rich money. I'm not really ranting, I'm just stating facts. Free energy exists, the universe is infinite, it will probably go on forever at an ever-expanding rate that's multiplicative. You can create arch forms for free energy manifestation, it's undoubted, it's undeniable, it's true. The proof is all around you. Most of academia is wrong. And this bulb is getting really hot. And I don't think electrons exist because electrons cannot explain wireless power transfer in a vacuum. So yeah, that guy's lit. All Tesla technology basically takes a dump on modern electrical engineering theory regarding electron theory. No change on source. Transmitter off. Power consumption drops to 0. Everything goes out. Transmitter on. Comes back on. As you see, I think I'm at the break-even point for power now. Probably have just about either slightly above over unity or slightly below. I have a feeling it's slightly below at this point. Might need another rectifier in parallel and another 2 separate ground systems. But yeah, not bad results for a transmitter that was just hastily constructed with tests being done, and it's not even the finished product. I have plans to make this thing scream with perfection. And here, I'll hook up a this really bright bulb. And I'll try and run a motor in this test too. I haven't done that yet, so I'll hook up my favorite LED that I fixed. Just blew a little capacitor inside. I popped it open, fixed it, because I don't have another one of these at the moment. And this thing gets really bright from the ground. Extremely bright. And it went out because I lost the connection. There we go. Again, no drain on source whatsoever. Very bright. Bright. I'll try and run that motor. I actually don't know if this will work or not. This is the first time me doing this test. That'd be nuts if the motor runs. Holy shit, it runs. That's a 120 volt drill motor and it's running. Oh, it stopped. You can see it's sparking when I connect it. So we're right barely at the power level to run the motor. Might need a capacitor as a boost. Yeah, I don't feel like doing that. Bet you if I turn the transmitter up, I could run the motor. I'll turn the transmitter up to 30 volts. Ah, now it runs. Oh yeah, it's running the motor from 2 different ground points through bridge rectifiers. Very interesting. Power consumption at 30. I can't tell if that's 36 or 39. I always look at it upside down. It's 39. So the transmitter turned up. I wonder how much brighter that incandescent gets now. Ooh, much brighter. And keep in mind, I only increased power by 5 watts. Yikes. Yeah, it's burning my hand. I can't keep that there. Cool shit. Kind of messy with all the ground connections. Ground connection there, ground connection there, ground connection back there, ground connection there, ground connection to the heater, ground connection over there. Consuming 36.2 watts. Got this thing I can bring in range that will light up. Literally that wireless diode chain. No change on source. Still runs. Gotta get it a little closer. I smell something burning. I have to shut it off. Something's burning. Okay, so shut it up. Something to note is this top load is actually very hot. Wish I had a temperature gun that could show you that. That's strange. This top load is hot. We're producing a lot of RF. Yeah, the transmitter's very warm. It's not hot, but it's very warm. The top load is the warmest, which is very interesting. So I'm going to have to tweak my resistor value a bit to get the system optimized. But yeah, stay tuned, more to come. And this technology is pretty much cracked right now on how to extract unlimited power from the ground. You can easily do it now. And yeah, a lot more to come. Stay tuned.